Hey guys, this is really important, urgent message. Please listen to the whole message. Here we go. This video is about helping Michael and Star Atlas with funding. We could try to pump the value of the Polis DAO to $1. When it hits $1, we give ATMTA 1 million Polis tokens. That equals $1 million. Or we could all work together with Michael and the Polis governors to launch Polis DAO version 2.0, an engaging gameplay feature for the DAO with a Star Trek narrative. This can attract hundreds of new investors in the Polis DAO wallet staking that could moon the value of the Polis DAO token to $2. $2 a token, give ATMTA 1 million tokens, that equals $2 million. This is urgent, guys. If you care about the Star Atlas ecosystem, it's imperative you listen to this entire video. This video breaks down a realistic, actionable strategy to introduce a Star Trek narrative directly into the Star Atlas DAO. This lore expansion will entice hundreds of brand new players to the ecosystem. More players means hundreds of new crypto wallets staking Polis DAO tokens, triggering massive market demand. Because the remaining circulating supply of Polis is roughly only 40 million tokens, that's what I hear, it is highly practical to expect the token value to surge to $2 easily and then above. We can actually help Michael Wagner and ATMTA with up to $2 million to get through this crucial phase. Right now, guys, knowing we have a way to help and choosing to do nothing is not an option. Please listen to this full message. This video is a win-win-win. Polis DAO becomes a robust, healthy, engaging platform. Hey, the Polis DAO can be fun. Secondly, investors gain a potential maybe 100x. You're going to make some money. Third, ATMTA gets $2 million. This can all happen in the month of June, guys. Let's do this. Here are the facts. The Polis DAO is not at 2 cents because of the bear market. Yeah, I know we're in a bear market, extended, but it is because the Polis DAO platform is not being managed. We need a major change. If we do nothing, it will stay this way for the next few years. Example, Michael's building a world-class game, but it's not a world-class DAO. Bitcoin could go up to $2 million. The DAO would still be at 2 cents. Why? Because nobody's managing the DAO. If we decide to change, number 3, it needs to be a winner. We need a home run if we're going to do anything. Number 4, this is perfect timing to launch version 2.0. With C4 about to come out, this is perfect timing. If we do it right, it's a win-win-win. Polis DAO becomes a robust, engaging, fun, and profitable platform, and we give ATMTA a gift. This is doable, guys, right now. If we all get on the same page and agree to work at this goal together, it is very possible that we can give Michael and ATMTA $2 million. Listen to the entire video. Millions of Star Trek fans in every generation. Listen, guys, for the last 70 years, about every 2 years, there's a new series or a new movie. I could put 6 of these slides up there. This is just a review from the very beginning for the first years, and then we could go to the second slide, and it would be just as many on here. I could give you 3 or 4 slides of all the years of Star Trek. Star Trek is the winner and very popular. Here's some memories. This goes back 70 years. There's newer ones. And Starfleet Academy. Women have dreamed of taking the con. I'm going to talk about women getting involved in the Polis DAO. I love this one. The Polis DAO started out with a Star Trek dream. Remember when it started? Patrol the Gallia, keep the peace, rescue missions, pirates, escort ships through the high-risk zones, recover ships in distress and repair, remember? Resolve conflicts and issues between factions. Level of licensure, ultimately leading to taking the con. That was what it was all about when it started. That was in our minds. ATMTA, Please make this one main decision. Michael Danny Jacob, decide for a Star Trek narrative. Let's go back to the beginning, the way it started. This one main decision will get Polis DAO back on track. Remember back when it was $12, $15 when it first came out? You know what people were thinking? World-class game, world-class DAO. Let me get my pointer here for a second. Right here, world-class game, world-class DAO. This is what we're thinking when it was $12. World-class DAO, we were also thinking governance of the Gallia, keeping the peace, rescue missions, patrols, resolving faction issues, deterring bad actors, pirates. We had visions of the Star Trek back when it was $12 to $15. As time went on, a question came up. Who is managing the DAO? Remember, who is assigned to manage the DAO anyway? Answer, right now, no one. It was $12 to $15 here. We saw it drop all the way down. Well, yeah, the game is developing. That's why it's down here. FTX crash. We got through that. Way to go, Michael. Then, okay, we got somebody to write the Constitution. This is the lawyer that came and wrote the Constitution. And I would say that it was the lawyer that got us totally off track. As soon as he was done with the Constitution, oh, we're going to get governors, and nothing happened with Polis DAO. We just learned how to do PIPs. Second round of governors, learned how to do PIPs some more. Nothing happened to the Polis DAO. Third governors, about the same, but the governors right now that we have, very talented governors, we can do something about it. They can get involved. One main decision, Michael Danny Jacob, will cause the Polis token to moon. We can go to $2 and then on up to $20. It can happen. There's a misunderstanding of restricted. Michael, in one town hall, you said the governors were somewhat restricted. Yes, they are. My interpretation of what you were talking about is, yes, they're restricted. That's restricted from messing with the game. It's not even developed yet. Why would they get involved in the game? My interpretation that you are only talking about the game. Please advise on this, Michael. There is no restrictions on the governors improving the DAO. The Constitution only gives guidelines for PIPs. The only restriction on the governors is if the governors self-restrict. So the main decision, return to the original Star Trek narrative. What were we all thinking when it was $12, $15? By supplying the Polis DAO with, we need a headquarters, just some visualization of where we're at. Maybe right next to the showroom, wherever you put it. An elite fleet of ships and weapons, I'll talk about that. A project lead, I'll talk about that. A revised constitution, a revised governor job description. I have all of those in this video. I'll just go over them quickly. But one of the provided elite ships ultimately will be the desired Polis enterprise, whatever you want to call it, which DAO members will work through licensure steps to ultimately take the con. That's why the Polis DAO token is going to go up. Michael Danny Jacob, we all know that you are working long hours to launch C4. All we are asking is for you to meet 30 minutes and make the decision to launch Polis DAO version 2.0. Also, quickly decide what beginning ships you want to give to the DAO to start the licensure process. Just 3 or 4 ships. This is all going to evolve. We just got to get a beginning. Our talented governors can take the lead of the Polis DAO now. We don't need to wait till season 8 in a few years. If they're going to take over the whole thing someday, they need to get their feet wet right now. 5 steps to turn around the Polis DAO, the death spiral that we're in. The DAO needs to be managed. Let's face it. Gamers involved in the DAO need more engaging interaction with the Star Atlas ecosystem than just simply voting. We get 20% response. Come on, join the DAO and you get to vote. It's not attracting anybody. I don't even know that we've had a new wallet for the past year. Number 3, one of the 3 founders needs to serve as a project lead. I'll talk about that in a minute. Number 4, the governors need a revised job description. I wrote one just for the fun of it. It comes up later. Number 5, Each participant's staked dollar amount, training and volunteer activities will correspond with upward progression for operational authority, leadership credentials, and licensure, ultimately being rewarded with the honor of taking the con as captain, commander, and admiral. There's something for every player to look forward to. Implementing the Star Active narrative checks all the boxes in one decision. 5 steps to turn around the Polis DAO death spiral. Recommendation: governors, suspend the PIP activities until the Polis DAO platform is healthy and profitable. We have very talented governors. We need you to give all of your talents to the changes that we all decide to make within the Star Trek narrative. Example, onboarding new players, writing tutorials for each level of their licensure, writing tests, testing the players, get involved. So make an executive decision as governors. Just tell everybody you're going to suspend the PIP activities until you get our house in order here. Where is the DAO right now? We're in the middle of the Gallia, but the DAO is missing from the activities. We're down here, and we're probably not even in the Gallia. We're off on the side somewhere working on PIPs. Let's get back to the very center of the action. Michael, I'm asking, give us a visual of a headquarters right beside the showroom, wherever you put it. But having a visualization helps us a lot. The biggest change, though, is staking dollars for upward leadership and command positions. Licensure is the whole thing that they're going to be investing and staking their money for. Licensure advancement requires a certain US dollar amount staked. Not only stake to vote, yes, it's still a governance token, but more stake to move up the leadership ladder, stake in order to someday take the con. Question: what will activate the upward value of the Polis DAO? Here's a suggestion. Licensure advancement to be promoted to the captain. When you finally get the captain of the Polis enterprise, whatever you're going to call it, requires a Polis DAO staked amount of $5,000. You've got to have $5,000 in your wallet if you want to be a captain someday. So that sounds like too much money for maybe half of the players right now. But let me just explain it this way. You take $50 right now, $50, and divide it by 2 cents. That's how much it is. You get 2,500 Polis. But when the Polis DAO token gets to $5, you're going to have $12,000. All you need is $5,000. You know how it works. Put your money in now, whether it's $50, you could put $200 in, you can put $1,000 in. It's just when you are ready to become captain, you need $5,000 in there. You could start with $30 right now. The Polis DAO started out with a Star Trek dream. Patrol the Gallia, keep the peace, rescue missions, pirates, yes, escort ships through high-risk zones, recover ships in distress. Level of licensure, also ultimately leading to taking the con. Governors, okay, Michael, governors need an elite fleet of ships. They need just a little bit more powerful and more protected than any other ships in the Gallia. Stronger shield generators, stronger weapons, more speed, etc. That can come down the line. We can evolve with that. Right now, they just need a simple ship or two to start the licensure process. Michael, decide on a few ships now as a gift. Get them started. Fleet will evolve. Design the Polis enterprise, whatever you're going to call it. Design that later. It can come. We can evolve into it. All staking follows the $30 3-month rule. I'm just saying, hey, you might want to just change the whole staking thing. You have to stake at least $30 for 90 days. Just keep it simple. $30 for 90 days. If you put in your money for 90 days, that's enough. You have qualified as a staking member of the Polis DAO. All Polis DAO stake for 90 days initially, then after 3-month period, hey, just a 14-day withdrawal. So you put it in for 90 days, and then whenever you want it out, it's just 14. Keep it simple, 14 days, and then you have your money back. Governance staking and voting is still a governance token. I'd say one wallet, one vote. Or if you do want to do weighted voting, 30 polis to 500,000 is one vote. 500,000 to 1 million polis, 2 votes. Over 1 million polis weighted, 3 votes. The most anybody can have is a weighted 3 votes. That's all. It's even easier if you just one vote. Keep things simple. Now, let's talk about stake-based licensure. Go all the way down to the bottom here. Tier 1. We know that they have to put it in for 3 months. If you put in $30 for 3 months, you are an active member of the Polis DAO, and you get to fly maybe a Pierce X4. You can start your licensure process. Tier 2, you have to have $1,000. We talked about how if you put $50 in right now, it'll grow to $1,000. And if you're in Tier 2, you become these different parts of leadership in the whole ecosystem, and you might be able to fly Pierce F4. Tier 3, you need $2,000 staked in your wallet, and you might be able to fly the Pierce R8 or whatever Michael provides. Tier 4, you are ready to be captain of the Polis Enterprise, whatever you're going to call it, Michael. Take the con. Captain, take the con. After 1 year, you're going through all the licensure process. The governors help you write tutorials, test you and everything. And now, but you must have $5,000 staked in your wallet. This is what's going to make the Polis token start to moon. People want to get their money in, and like I said, you can begin with $50 right now. You will have $5,000 when your time to be captain if you put your $50 in right now. Those who serve as governors, there you go, governors, I'm in support of you. Those who serve with governors with a high score can advance to commander and admiral. Hey, let's do this together, guys. 5 key benefits for adopting a Star Trek narrative. Number 1, cultivating a high engagement. Listen, this is a whole new attraction for people to come in and have social fun and to grow the DAO. Attracting a massive built-in audience. Listen, Star Trek is the winner. Don't choose anything else. Yes, there are 3 or 4 other games, but you have to think of it this way. There's 10 billion people in the world. There's 200 million people that absolutely love Star Trek. There are 2 million people right now. They're 15 years old, they're 20 years old. They are just looking around to get involved in the game. They want to take the con. You have to think about 2 million people right now that are starting to look at Star Atlas, and they hear that you can get licensure and take the con. That's the way we need to think. Attracting a massive built-in audience already. Star Trek is a winner. It's the one we need to go with. Number 3, inclusivity and demographic expansion. This just says women love Star Trek. Also, diversifying the player base with the benefit of more women involved. Wouldn't it be great to have 50% of the Polis DAO as women? Number 4, diversifying gameplay and the governing of the Gallia. There's a ton of people that don't want to come into Star Atlas and do mining, but the whole idea of being a governor and a Star Trek idea is very attractive to hundreds of new people. And finally, driving substantial Polis value appreciation. In other words, if we decide to do this, the Polis token is going to moon. If it moons and goes up to $2, we give Michael 1 million tokens. That equals $2 million. Let's get C4 out. Let's get UE5 out. Let's do this, guys. Power of marketing, YouTube channels and guilds. There's about 15 or 20 of you with YouTube channels, and you already have your audience. You gotta stoke it up, guys. You gotta get that going. thousands of investors have lost 90% of their money, 99% of their money. We need to let them know, hey, they can get it back. Come back, and let's tell them to reinvest, because it's going to go up to $2 and then on to 20. Marketing strategy. June 12th, just have a town hall, Michael. Just announce special Polis DAO announcement. When we get to June 12th, tell them about your decision with the governors to adopt a Star Trek narrative. Promote an upcoming Star as Town Hall that is going to launch Polis DAO version 2.0. So June 12th, have a town hall. Tell them it's coming on June 26th. Launch the Polis DAO version 2.0. Now, in CoinGecko, we need to get our own website for the Polis DAO. You know how it works. CoinGecko, everyone looks, if they're interested in learning about the Polis DAO, they're going to come down here. Where's the website? We want to click on the website. When you click on the website, this is what we need. We just need right now a picture of the special Polis DAO town hall that's coming up. And when it comes to CoinMarketCap, the same thing. Look it down here, Polis DAO website. We need a website for the Polis DAO. And when they click on it, here's what they get. Information about the Polis DAO town hall. To celebrate the launch of Polis DAO version 2.0, limited time Polis DAO buyback. I'm going to explain this in the next slide, Chris. With the announced date of launch 2.0, announce a limited time Polis buyback. This is just really attractive for investors. There's going to be a buyback. This is going to attract people to come in. We know that there's 30 million Polis in reserve right now. As we get close to the launch, let's say that the Polis DAO token, getting ready for the launch, it gets up to 40 cents. While it's up to 40 cents, sell 1 million Polis slowly at the going rate of 40 cents. Then when it comes to launch day, on that day, start buying. You've sold 1 million, start buying 1 million back and put them in the DAO treasury. But the benefit, Chris, of announcing a buyback will encourage investors. It just really gets people going. Marengo, you're the one female, our woman governor. You know that women love to provide security, keep the peace, patrol the Gallia, deter bad actors, go on rescue missions like Star Trek. Marengo, you ran on a platform of change. So did all 5 of you. Said you want change. This is your chance, Marengo. You ran. We need you to take the lead on getting with the other governors and the founders. Get with Michael and tell them you really want to do this, and that women want to get involved too. Polis DAO investors, with everyone gains. The original distribution to the team is personal. Michael Jacob Danny, you will benefit by it going up. ATMTA, my proposal is this. The Polis DAO stakeholders vote to take 1 million Polis tokens from the treasury and gift it to ATMTA. When it gets to $2, give ATMTA 1 million tokens. That's $2 million for C4 and UE5. Michael will work with the governors to boost the token to $1. That equals $1 million. If we all work together, we can push it up to $2. That equals $2 million. We all want C4 and UE5 to be completed. Michael, you help us too to value the Polis token up to $2. This is just when it comes to marketing, somebody has to do some marketing, like Craig Mahoney. He's incredible, but I mentioned his name for one more reason, and that is, example, what if we had 5 Craig Mahoneys as governors? You know what an entrepreneur he is. We need governors to have the entrepreneurial spirit. Michael Danny Jacob, assign a project lead for an hour a day. In other words, let's say we had 5 governors, and like Craig Mahoney, and they all got together and they start brainstorming. They're going to have games, they're going to have gambling, they're going to have whatever. They're going to do all kinds of crazy stuff. The ideas are flowing, and they're all sitting at their own conference table and say, okay, well, who's the project lead? Well, and they call you up, Michael, and they say, we need a project lead. You ask, what do you mean? Well, we need somebody. They're going to say, we need somebody that's sitting at your table with Danny and Jacob, Michael, that when you're sitting around, somebody needs to be representing the Polis DAO, and it needs to happen. And we just call it a project lead. It could be 3 minutes a day. It could be, 20 minutes a day, but just somebody needs to be assigned. Ideally, it's one of the three of you for the next few months. Michael, I would suggest you would be the best one. Question, who is assigned to manage the DAO? The answer is the project lead that we just talked about, and the governors. It's a whole new version 2. Buy your Polis now. You do not need to stake until we see if they adopt the Star Trek narrative. In other words, anybody listening to this video right now, maybe you don't have money staked, you just go to an exchange and buy $50 worth right now and watch your money grow. You can just store it in a Phantom, MetaMask, Ledger, Trezor. You don't have to stake it right away until you find out that, in fact, we're doing the Star Trek. And then when you stake your money, you're on your way to becoming a captain and taking the con. Licensure advancement to promoted as captain of the Polis Enterprise requires a Polis DAO staked amount of $5,000. You got to put in $30, $50, $100 right now. You can stake it or not, but have your Polis ready in case you want to be captain someday. You need to hit the like button. You need to subscribe. And write down in the comments. I want to make some more videos. We need to all support this. Here's a job description. I just took the time to write it out. In 3 months, new governors. If we're going to do this, you need a brand new job description, so we kind of have to redo the Constitution. I wrote it all out. You can pause each slide. Here it is. Now, YouTube is impossible to reach an audience. If this gets to you, there's a possibility that this particular video that I'm making gets to 5 people, period. Because YouTube is not working the same anymore. The only way that this video gets to the masses is if you agree with the Star Trek idea and the Manage the DAO idea and the idea of giving Michael and ATMTA $2 million. If you agree with that, you need to take this video and send it to 5 or 10 of your friends, and they need to send it to 5 or 10 because YouTube is not working the same anymore. And if I get this to one person, it's up to you, one person, to send it to your friends, and on it goes. This video needs to go viral. Only way is friend to friend. Also, for more videos, keep opening this one. For example, you know that I'm trying. You know that this one particular video needs a bunch of listeners, and so just keep opening it. And on the bottom, write something every time. You can join my Discord server at @GoBlue0730. On X, I want to talk to you. On Telegram, I want to talk to you. By the way, Michael, I was overzealous. I made a video a couple months ago. I didn't know what the rules. I'm new to all of this. I loaded it onto 5 or 6 of the moderators, and your administrator banned me from the Polis DAO, and I can't communicate with anybody. If you would help me, I gave you my email back in a video 3 or 4 back, and it's @GoBlue0730. That's me, and I'm in there. I would appreciate if you lift the ban. Power the people. Send this link to friends. Subscribe. Write a comment. We got to do this together. So review. The Polis DAO is not at 2 cents because of the bear market. No, it's because it's not being managed. We need a major change. If we do nothing, it will stay at nothing. If we decide to change, it needs to be a winner. We need a home run. Star Trek is the winner. This is the perfect timing for version 2.0 because C4 is about to come out with all kinds of battles out there and things going on, and we need a Star Trek narrative to keep the peace. If we do it right, a win-win-win, Polis DAO becomes a robust, engaging. The Polis DAO can be fun and lots of socialization, fun and profitable, and we give ATMTA a gift. Hey guys, let's do this. Let's advertise. Let's get everyone together. All right, guys, I need you to help. I need you to send this to hundreds of people, and let's do this together, guys.